Why don't you do it?
If you can't take it, then maybe Luna can. Have you done this before? You just start at the base and work your way up. Then give it a good tug once you're at the top. Oh my God, Sigma, why? Greetings, my beautiful viewers. I am the Hunter of Comedy, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. So, last time, lot of interesting revelations. We got our first ending, which was nice, and then Alice betrayed me a second time, which was not so nice. And she's like, well, I'm not so bad because everyone did bad. That's like saying that just because everyone else shot a puppy, it's okay that you shot a puppy. No, that is not okay. Hunter of Comedy does not approve of the shooting of small, adorable creatures. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, bad things happened, and now maybe some good things will happen. I'm not really sure, but we're going to find out. We're going to keep going. Once more, unto the breach, my friends! Okay. Right, so we have the memory card, and we're going to go put it in the little, the monitor, as you can see right there. But first we have to deal with Alice, Clover, and Ten. Cork was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Sorry, that's the best comeback I got right now, I'm sorry. I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. God, Sigma, you're taking this so personally, and I like that. Good job. Personal improvement in like a few minutes. Good job. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb in the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already.
Oh, Clover. Oh, Clover. I'll stick it in real hard. Hard and fast, and you're gonna love every second of it. Dare I say you may be shouting my name afterwards. Let's do that. Let's stick that in. Okay. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen filled with what appeared to be random letters. That's like code. I mean, it's gotta be coded, obviously, but I mean, whoa, hold on. Each line is exactly... Okay, there are basically two lines here. Each line is exactly the same, just with, I mean, the only real difference between them is just that there are multiple of them. Huh.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Interesting.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is it some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is gibberish. Oh joy. Just what I wanted. Just how I wanted to start the episode, with goddamn gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Oh, he actually kind of looks and sounds like a teacher, so that actually works. Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
Well, crap. That's not good.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn. I have a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does this thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
I'm not surprised.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? That is a good question to ask. Good job. Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic! Of course I'm not...
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I am not your enemy! I'm your ally! I'm your friend! Nakama! I just want all of us to get out of here! Just please tell us! Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about it yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Dear God, Alice, if you would just speak up, maybe people wouldn't die, possibly including yourself! Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you answer my questions, Egyptian priestess underboob lady! I think my question was better. Until you tell me what you know.
Why don't you just ask Clover? You already know she works with me.
Yeah, well, you're obviously her, superior officer, so no.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or the garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
Okay, now she's kind of shy. Oh, I am developing a little bit of a crush, I think. Oh. She still betrayed me twice, and I'm not okay with that, but I won't deny she is very hot. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long moments before she began to speak. This is turning into a very poorly written romance novel.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
Maybe Sigma doesn't. Maybe Sigma is more forgiving. I'm a little pissed about that, yes. You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying.
What?
And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward.
Oh.
And it was real.
Right. Right, because she had the virus. Yeah, she had Radical 6, and we cured it, right.
Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that, but when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back, so all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible.
Yeah, you kind of are.
You hate me, don't you?
No, I don't. Because you're a human being. And you got scared. And you acted on that fear because, ladies and gentlemen, that is what human beings do. Human beings are not like simple little creatures that we can explain away. We're difficult and we're complex, and that's what makes us human. It's what makes us unique. It's what separates us from the animals. Because, I mean, seriously, Zero Senior, whatever, like, you know, whoever he is, he compared us to termites. Well, I don't think a termite can suddenly decide it doesn't want to build the mound anymore. It doesn't want those things. But a human can. Human beings are so incredibly complex, diverse, and interesting, and anyone who devalues that, they are wrong. I don't care what anyone believes. You can believe whatever it is you want in this world because you have the right to believe that because you exist. Purely existing here means that you have the right to believe whatever you want. And you can judge others if you want to, but there's no point in it because it doesn't matter. All that matters is that during our time in this world, we are all that we have. Like you, me, and each other, we are all that we have. And that's why, like, I haven't lost my faith in humanity, and that's why, like, I still, like, have faith in humanity in these video games and everything, and that's because even in these horrible situations, all the times that Sigma chose Ally, I wanted to choose Ally too. Because I wanted to believe in the goodness of human beings. And it's not easy. It's hard. But you know what? It's a lot better than just thinking for myself and regretting not being who I really am, so I just got a little philosophical there. I'm sorry, just what she said just kind of triggered that, because we are all human and we all make mistakes. The point is to learn from those mistakes, move forward, and do better with your lives. That is the point of being human. That is what happens to all humans. So, yeah, from you to me to you, I implore you, do what you believe is right. Even if no one else believes that it's right. Believe what you want to believe and do what you want to do. That's my little advice to everybody today. So, we're gonna get back to the game and back to fun times, but I'm sorry, that just kind of triggered me a little bit, and I apologize. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but these games bring out those sort of ideals or thoughts or emotions, and that is why I love them, is because they make me feel things. And that's why I keep playing them. And so, no, Alice, I don't hate you. I'm very disappointed in you, but I don't hate you. Because you're human and you acted like it. So guess what? I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I'm sorry I shouted at you. So no, I don't hate you. Plus you're hot. So that's great. Let's make out in the corner.
Just do it.
Do what? Make out in the corner? That was, yes. Yes, let's do that.
Kill me.
No! I just talked about making out in the corner. No killing.
Get it over with.
No! What the hell, Alice? I am not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
But you didn't. And that's the purpose of the non-bad ending route. Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Oh no! I want to wipe it away, but it's a video game, so I can't. Then another and another leaving shining lines across her face. Oh my god! When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Oh! Slowly I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this?
Because I am a good human being and I haven't given up on humanity yet. When I give up on humanity, that is when I cease to be, so not gonna do that.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Oh, do I? Oh, that's who you're after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Ha!
If
Come
you keep
on.
your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Okay!
About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
100% deal. Sure, my lips are sealed.
Really?
100%. What crying? I don't remember any crying. You slapped me in the face, because you're a badass, strong, independent woman.
Good. All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. We are getting some big backstory here. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. So here's the thing. I actually wonder if she is all ice now. Because she has this story. Now, whether or not this story is true, I don't know, but, like, is she all ice, or is she literally just, like, a woman that looks very similar to all ice? I don't know. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. Oh my god! He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. Oh no. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Oh. Mama looks kind of familiar for some reason. I don't think I recognize her, but her eyes were red and puffy, and she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and every line of her face I could see exhaustion, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student, and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons. although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. Holy crap, that's absolutely terrifying. Oh. Huh. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Well, that's, not impossible, yeah, actually. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left, as opposed to Right. Okay. Whatever. Not gonna interrupt your heartfelt story. We know his name and his gender, but not his age, appearance or age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul, which I have heard of Free the Soul in Zero Time Dilemma, but I didn't know very much about them. So, yeah, right now I know about as much as you guys do. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall, which is possible, ladies and gentlemen. It's just very difficult. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. Oh my god, that's the facility in Nevada, oh my god! I headed out there, immediately. On my way there was a car On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. But why were you dressed like an Egyptian priestess then? I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess as to who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her. When I asked them what they'd been doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. You know what? It's very possible, I'm not sure, it's very possible that Akane and Santa were actually members of Myrmidon, and they were literally just using the group so that they could set up the whole Nevada experiment. Because it's really difficult to think that they were able to do all of that by themselves, with no money. They were orphans. How were they going to do that? But it makes sense if they were a part of this terrorist organization just so that they could do this whole event. That would make sense. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOSIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. Oh god. So Ace was a part of Free the Soul all along! Wow! That's cool to find out. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to the cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenic field. We know all this from the first game, but it's great to kind of get more information about it, because it's taken a long time, but we finally know what happened. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. I know what this is. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of a certain other person. To be honest, it might be similar to call it telepathy. Yeah. The, Soisis. I'm just going to call it Sois. The Sois had heard of this particular ability before, and actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. So they already had this, information. Holy crap! I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidon crossed my desk. This time it claimed the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. That would be Radical 6! My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiments, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. That makes sense, except for the fact that if you don't recruit Snake, then how is that ability going to work? After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. Oh no. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in the basement, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looks as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later I learned he died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. Oh God! As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the Sosis to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong, and here's the honest thing. If they'd have given her father back alive, she may have, completely, given up on trying to do it. I mean, we don't know that. I mean, it's very possible that maybe she wouldn't, but, yeah, when you give someone what they actually want with no strings attached, sometimes it makes it harder for them to do the right thing, because they got what they wanted. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. So, sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. Oh. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so much. Oh, God, I want to give her a hug so bad. Oh, she needs a hug. Alice needs a hug. And apparently she's not all ice, which is really disappointing, but at the same time, I kind of had my suspicions, but, I mean, I don't know, man. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. Oh, God, I'm not surprised. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written a direction to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. But I'm guessing she got kidnapped. Yep, December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot in the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. Sue inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Yes, we should. Oh God, I think either in this episode or the next, I think we're going to get the Alice ending. I want to actually see what the flowchart says. Okay, more than likely we're going to have like another, kind of like over here, except without another AB room. So more than likely we've got another escape coming out. Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that that person is a Myrmidon. Right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you, we need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. The Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... What could it be? Oh, I don't have a long string of numbers! Oh, fuck! Well, at least I got I got pretty far with that one. Holy crap. So what is the long string of numbers? I don't have the long string of numbers yet. Okay, so... Again, I'm locked here and I'm locked there because I don't know who planted the bomb. I'm guessing this is going to reveal who planted the bomb, then I'll be able to do this one here. But I think... Red door, and this is a different door here, because that's a door choice. So... 5 minutes of life, I can't do that one. See, I could go all the way back and I could start this one because this is the only route I haven't gone yet. However, what I think I want to do is I think I want to work on these other ones first. Since I was doing the Alice one, I do think I'll, well, I don't know, actually. Let me think. Yep, I think I'll go back here and do, into the CDs, and I just need to choose whatever door this is, which I believe... I'm not sure. I'm not sure what door that's going to be. Okay. How do you feel about that? So, I chose yes last time, so I got to pick no this time. No. That's not okay.
Why not?
Because...
Oh no, this is bad. Which door do you want then? The only other choices are A and C.
I thought about it again. If I went with A, then Luna and I would end up paired with Clover, but we'd go through the green door. I think that's the one we need to pick. On the other hand, if I chose C, we'd be going through the blue door with Alice. So which one did I want? I decided to go with... Ooh! I don't think I can go through the blue door with Alice. I don't think Alice will let me. So let's just choose that first. I'd like to take option C. We'll take Alice on the blue door.
Are you dense? What on earth makes you think I'd be willing to do that? There's no way in hell. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, after in this timeline, I betrayed her instead of her betraying me. But now I have a soft spot for Alice, so I don't quite... God damn it! I get so emotional. This is not fair.
You betrayed me in the last...
I did do that.
I don't pair up with assholes.
Okay, that's fair.
1 minute.
Oh no, what are we going to do? We don't have much time left. Sigma, please, can't you reconsider?
I didn't have a choice. There's no way I'd be able to physically force Alice to come with me, at least not in less than a minute. Fine, in that case, we'll... Okay, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go with the green door with Clover. I'll settle for option A. That's Clover in the green door.
That's fine by me. Like I said before, there's something I want to talk to Alice about.
Are you going to tell me what this thing is?
That'll have to wait. Talk to me again on the other side.
Ugh, now I'm curious.
So you fine with this, Alice? With option A, I mean?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Are there any other objections?
We are out of time! Go!
Okay, that's it. Let's go, everybody.
Go, Luna!
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We nodded quickly to one another and split up. 10-10, ass-face, and... She's not best girl, but, underboob. Headed toward the red door. Kay, Quark, and Phi made their way toward the blue door. Go. We went to the green door. The gaping maw of the green door bounced in front of me as Clover, Luna, and I ran toward it.
2, 1.
Wow, I was actually right, because I was like, I got down to 3 and then 2, 1, 0, so I was right.
Chromatic doors closing.
Boop. Scanning. Oh no.
Huh? Is this a dead end? All 3 doors seem to be locked.
Yeah.
There's some kind of device over here. I wonder what it is.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9
Huh.
door.
Clover, try pulling the lever.
Why do I have to do it?
Well, it might be dangerous. I was hoping you could wrap your hands around it and give it a good jerk. Oh God, Sigma, why? It is kind of big, but I'm sure you can handle it. Just be gentle. Oh my God. So we went from the first game to talking about whether, like we're talking about either going into an elevator and having sex or drowning, to whether or not the girl should pull on the long hard shaft. Good job, Sigma.
This doesn't seem like appropriate workplace.
I agree. I agree.
You're kind of.
You're welcome. I know you probably still think of yourself as just a girl, but you have to become a woman sometime.
You're not making it. Why don't you do it?
If you can't take it, then maybe Luna can. Have you done this before? You just start at the base and work your way up. Then give it a good tug once you're at the top. Oh my God, Sigma, why? Oh my God, Sigma, you perverse fuck. Oh my God, really? Really? Oh my God.
What? What is wrong with you? If you're so desperate to give that lever a good time, why don't you do it yourself?
Well, that would be inappropriate.
Just leave me and Luna out of your sick fantasies.
No,
Nonary.
you will both be included in all of my fantasies from this point forward. Fine. But I won't like it. I won't like it. I sighed heavily and flipped the switch with as much languid disdain as I could manage. Oh, so we're not going to the treatment center.
Oh, one of the doors open.
I haven't been to the treatment center yet, so where am I going?
Yeah, just
We might as well go through it.
Maybe we should try flipping it one more time, though. I think you could actually manage it with just one hand, Clover. Just do it real fast. It'll only take a second. Just up and down once. Okay, so... You know what this is? You know what this is? This is confusing a lever for a human lever. Or I can do better than that. What is this situation? Because I came up with before, we didn't know if we were having sex or drowning. In this one, we're not sure if we're not sure if we're jerking around or pleasuring the lever. I don't know. I can't come up with anything. We don't have time.
ugh, you are disgusting.
Oh, I am a man. Deal with it. I make disgusting comments all the time. I'm so proud of Sigma. I am so proud of Sigma. Like, I shouldn't be. I really should not be, but the fact that he had so much dedication to the shtick is fantastic. Huh?
So this is the archives. That's what it said on the door after all, but...
Yeah, I didn't really expect it to be so archivy. All these books and stuff.
Why would you not
everywhere.
expect an archive to look like an archive? That's... Why? Why would you not think that? Maybe we can find some clues here.
I agree.
Alright, let's split up and have a look around. Seek a way out! We got this. We got this. Unfortunately, we will... Oh, look, there's a lion up there. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to save this for the next episode because we are right at time for this one, and I know these puzzle rooms are going to take a while. So, yeah, this time we found out a lot. I mean, like, a lot. Okay, so we found out a lot about Alice in this one, and right now, my best guess as to who the who the Myrmidon is, who like the guy who set the bomb is, the person, it's either Kay, who we of course can't see, or it could be Dio, because Dio of course has been, like, you know, a prick this entire time. So either he is just a prick and an ass face, or he's a member of the Myrmidon. At least that's my guess. I'm not sure at this point. But we're going to have to figure more of this out next time. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Appreciate you being here with me. And in the next one, we're going to, seek a way out and solve this puzzle. So, have yourselves a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one, my beautiful, beautiful viewers. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe for more delicious content so we can go on more adventures together. Feel free to leave a comment down below to tell me what you thought of the video, and be sure to hit the like button so I know everyone enjoyed it. Thanks again, and be sure to have yourself a beautiful day.